I am often on the lookout for video camera apps that can make my iPhone video footage look better with minimal post-production effort. The Kino Pro video camera app for iPhone is one app that makes this promise. As I've been using my iPhone more and more now for capturing video content, especially for the social media platforms, I have been using the Kino camera app for video for a couple of months now, and I was using it previously on my standard iPhone 15 and now on my newer iPhone 17 Pro, and here's my thoughts on it. So what is the Kino Pro video camera app? Basically, it's a camera app for iPhones that you can download from the App Store, and its main party trick is that it can bake in directly into your footage when using the app looks or LUTs which give your footage a professional or a color graded look to them. The Kino camera app also allows you to add these looks or LUTs to existing footage that you may have already shot with the normal camera app on your iPhone. So why might you want this app? To me, the answer to this question, and the reason I like using this app, is speed and convenience, and you can give your iPhone video footage a look so that it doesn't look like normal iPhone video. This enables you to shortcut the normal post-production video editing process when you are adding a look or color grading your footage, and you can do it directly within the app. If you have ever tried color grading your video footage, you will know how time consuming and fiddly this can be, and often I'm never actually quite satisfied with the look that I get out of the color grades that I do. And this is the superpower of the Kino video app, and it gives you just enough controls to shoot your video footage, but not too many that you're going to end up tweaking or playing around with your footage or tweaking settings which will chew up your time. Sometimes less is more. For example, I recently did a 4-day gravel bike trip in the North Island of New Zealand here with a bunch of mates, and I had two main objectives for the video that I was going to produce of this trip. Number one, I only planned to produce a short 30-second vertical video clip of each day of the trip for Instagram. And number two, it had to have a minimal post-production effort because these were quite long days we're doing out on the bike, and the last thing I wanted to do at the end of the day was sit down and try and collate and edit video footage. So and also we were traveling light, so I didn't have a laptop with me. So basically I wanted to shoot it and get the footage looking good straight out of camera, being the iPhone, and I was also editing it on my iPhone using the VN Video Editing app. And as a side note, I also had my DJI Osmo Action Pro 5 mounted on my handlebars, so I was getting a bit of footage out of that, but the majority of the footage was out of my iPhone, and I wanted most of it to be on my iPhone for ease and speed of editing, because I was tired at the end of those days. And overriding all of that, of course, I wanted to be there and be present and enjoy that trip. I didn't want to be the dedicated videographer or cameraman for that trip. I was there to enjoy it. Here are some of the essential specs of the Kino video app. It is for iPhone only at the moment and requires iOS 17 or later to operate it. It's not a free app, and it has a one-time purchase cost of US $9.99 at the time of recording this video. The number and types of looks or LUTs that are available depend on the type of footage that you're shooting on your iPhone, whether it be just in the native normal Rec 709 type video or if you're using a log format. For example, in that footage I just showed you, I was shooting with my previous iPhone 15, and that was just a standard model, it wasn't the Pro model, and I was using the Glosstrap, not sure how you pronounce that, but I'll show you, and that was the look that I liked and shot all that clips or all that footage with. I also believe it's only from the iPhone 15 Pro and newer models that you actually have access to log and ProRes codecs. You'll see on the app's website, which I have linked below, it has a feature called Auto Motion where it tries to prioritize using or shooting in the 180-degree shutter angle rule, which is essentially double your frame rate, and this gives you a more natural or cinematic looking motion blur. Now, to really maximize this, if you're shooting outside or outdoors, you're going to need an ND filter for your iPhone, and I didn't have one, so I can't really comment on whether I thought it used that feature or not in the footage I just showed you. If I'm shooting with my iPhone, I really like to try and keep it as simple and as minimal as possible. The app also gives you controls over your basic video functions, such as your video codecs, your frame rates, white balance, a histogram, and a grid display. And as I mentioned earlier, I think the main feature of this app is to give you a look or color grade to your footage with as minimal input or fiddling with controls as possible. And I like this because I think that's the forte of the style of shooting with the small or with your iPhone, is that it can be impromptu, you have it with you all the time, and fiddling with granular controls for video, I like to leave it up to bigger cameras such as this one I'm shooting with here, which is a Panasonic GH5. What do I like about the app? Obviously, what I like most about this video camera app is the look or the color grade that it can give your footage straight out of camera, and it gives you a not shot on iPhone look to your footage. More than once when my daughter was looking over my shoulder at some of that footage from that bike trip, she commented on what a nice color grade I had done to my footage, and I had to come clean and tell her that is coming straight out of the app. I also like that the app is pretty intuitive and straightforward to use. It has a one-time purchase price and not a subscription. You have pretty much all the essential camera controls at your fingertips, such as changing your lens or your white balance or adjusting your exposure. The people that make the app also have a great website and good support with a bunch of tutorials on there showing you how to use the app, and also perhaps get other color grades which you can also import. If you have a favorite LUT from another creator, you can actually also import this into the app. And what about what I don't like about the app? I found the app sometimes glitchy to use. The camera would or sometimes freeze and lock on either a black screen or a bright screen. I had to restart the app to get it going. And I've also found it a couple of times on my newer iPhone 17 Pro that the different camera lens options sometimes disappears, and I've got to restart the app to use or to get those options back again. And this is more of a want rather than a gripe, and that I think would be quite cool if, when selecting the certain color grade that you want to use with your footage, that you could dial in the strength of it rather than just it being either on or off. And I know this is probably wishful thinking, but I'd also quite like access to these LUTs as a separate file that I can use or apply to other footage if I was going to perhaps take my footage, or if I was mix and matching footage like I was, for example, from my Osmo. I know I can import it into my phone and then apply the LUT, but if I had the LUT, or if I was editing on a computer or a laptop, if I had these LUTs separately, I could just bang it on the top of the whole lot. So to wrap it up, I really quite like the Kino Pro video app, and it is currently my camera app of choice for shooting video with my iPhone. So if you're after a way of making your iPhone footage not look like iPhone footage with the minimal amount of fuss and time, then I can recommend giving it a go. I'll leave a link to the Kino app website below, and as always, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.